So I think it's there we go. We should be live on all the platforms. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us again for another team highlight with SASA. Learning about the recruitment led by our dear Jacob Lindbert. Oh my gosh, I misspelled your name on this PowerPoint.
That's all good.
So funny. I don't know how to. Anyways, in true SASA, messed up. So really, I will just go through some stuff. What is SASA? SASA stands for Science. We work to promote the study of the ancient world and engagement with human deep past movement through outreach, collaboration, like scholarship. We work towards our goal of inspiring inclusive communities and learners and students. So, of course, we do this in many ways. One of projects like the live streams that you guys see, we do every Friday, Saturday. Have a research database and more things. So Jacob is here to talk to us about how we recruit for all of these things, which grew so fast. SASA, please search Save Ancient Studies Alliance and follow us on media platforms. That really does help you. Hit the follow button for us. We post on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter /X. Our streams out on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and we do have to go check that out. Call for the event. Please be kind and respectful. Listen and ask questions or comments in the chat box feature on the platforms that you're watching on. Be patient with technology. And again, these are recorded and saved on our forms, so you can go and check it out later. And last but not least, we are an organization run almost completely by volunteers, except for we get for specific projects. So any jokes, you can become a recruiter for as little as $3 a month. You go to Save Agency to learn more about that. And with that, thank you all for joining us. And I will start to introduce himself and background and on of how you found SASA, why you volunteer with SASA.
Yeah, so my name is Jacob Lindbert. I currently live in North Carolina. So I guess I'll talk more about myself, but it kind of coincides with how I found out about SASA. So I went to undergrad at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. And so as I was graduating, one of my professors kind of informed me about SASA and told me that it might be a great organization to reach out to kind of just check out. I was a medical anthropology and biology double major in undergrad. And so a little bit different than, direct relation to ancient studies, but still something that I've always been very interested in. So I applied. I met with David, our director, had a great interview there, and kind of started off as an executive team intern that would have been about a year and a half ago. And so after my internship, David asked if I wanted to be the recruitment coordinator, and stayed on ever since. So I'm now currently still at Chapel Hill getting my master's, and love doing this as well.
Oh, wonderful. I have to ask, do you remember who was the professor who told you about it?
It was not actually. So it was, it came from our anthropology kind of head professor. I mean, it wasn't her. I believe it was, I'm trying to think who exactly it was, but I know it wasn't her, because that's what David had asked me when I interviewed.
Tina Rosella taught Chapel Hill and involved with SASA beginning. She is no longer with us anymore, but she check out her work. That's great. Okay. So next question is to kind of like give an the recruitment team, what we do, why do we have a recruitment team?
Yeah, so definitely having a recruitment team is important for just kind of the structure of our organization and kind of being able to do everything that we do. Need interns and volunteers to kind of come on board and help us out. We have somewhere between 10 and 15 teams within SASA. Some are growing, some not. So always looking for more and more people to get involved. And so currently the recruitment team consists of myself and one other intern. His name's Michael. And so he's been very helpful this semester, and all previous interns that ever had have been very helpful. And so what we do is, interview anybody for internships. So we have 3 internships, one summer, fall, and spring. And so we tend to bring in somewhere between 20 to 30 interns for each cycle. And those interns disperse amongst some of the teams, that we have based off, how many interns those teams might need. And so we kind of oversee all of that, as well as any of our volunteer positions that we have. So we would love to talk with anybody who's interested in getting involved. Happy to meet with anybody, share more information, even if you're not sure. And if you do know you want to get involved, like I said, very happy to meet and talk more about what we do and, potential places for you to get involved.
Yeah. Okay. I had my head and it totally lost me. But it was along the line of, like, so most people here do like some of our social, our live events, our virtual conference, etc. So a lot of times people hear like the argument or the live team or etc. But when you for SASA, which honestly, because I was like the second volunteer on Haberstro, so I did the application process really. But like can you apply for like you want to be on a certain specific team? I'm sure it's a balance between what the team needs and what that I go to Jacob and tell him, hey, this is people I would like to have on the team, have like this and the experience, like a general aspect to it, but would people be able to apply with a targeted idea?
Yeah, of course. Great question. So I think that's where kind of the cover letter. So on our website, when you go to the apply, we ask for a resume and a cover letter. And so that's really where your cover letter can come in. That is, big in kind of just giving a general overview of who you are, why you're interested in getting involved, but is also important. We definitely read all of that. That's not just something that we ask for and then just kind of goes into your little folder and we never look at it. It's something that we really do look at, kind of help us get a better picture of who you are outside of your resume. And so in your cover letter, you can kind of highlight which teams you're interested in. If there, is one particular team above all others that you would love to be on, and we'll definitely do our best to try to kind of match you with that team if you have kind of the right, skill set that we might be looking for and background. Definitely, I guess we have kind of a rolling period. So as soon as we have, people apply, we'll go ahead and kind of send offers on a rolling basis. And so obviously the earlier you apply, more likely you might be to get the team that you would like to be on. As, positions or team needs fill up, it does get a little bit more challenging to have, kind of match individuals with their first choice. And so, we definitely do our best to make that happen, but definitely try to pair individuals with a team that they would be able to learn from. Our goal is to not kind of have interns stuck on a team that they really don't think that they would benefit from or learn anything from. We really do want this to be a beneficial experience where you're learning a lot, gaining a lot of, skills, real world experience, without, like I said, just kind of being stuck somewhere.
Yeah. That's definitely too. Like I lead the live communications, so it's pretty social media and things. So of course we want people that are interested in that background in it. But it's so many different things going on with SASA. There's such a wide interest of why they're coming into school. And also, as many people know, it's like, like I'll have an intern who's in Hong Kong and an intern who's in and sometimes meeting times get a little bit sticky, but it ends up working out.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's always definitely a challenge.
I guess I'm 100%. You're the right person to be asking this, but I feel like we must work on some of like other internship with SASA. So obviously, if you're on the comms team, you're working. What other things can you do? That would be beneficial, like for the part of I know is do professional stuff. So in general, like the things that SASA offer that's good, specifically professional development, like people could resume or make use of in their college classes.
Yeah, so I guess outside of whatever you might learn or skills you might develop through whatever team you would be placement, kind of whatever placement would look like, whatever you'd be placed with, we have, it changes slightly, but we try to have at least 2 kind of professional development kind of meetings on Google Meet every internship cycle. And so these are typically led by either our director, David, or other, team leaders within SASA. I know in the past, David has had a cover letter and resume workshop, just kind of, most of our interns are undergraduate students. And so these can definitely be, great little workshops to try to work on developing your cover letter, making your resume stronger so that it stands out whenever you submit it for, a job or for another internship, depending on kind of what you're looking for or where you're at. And so we try to have some different events like that can definitely kind of promote professional development outside of whatever you might learn from your teams. Another example, I know you guys handle kind of all of our social media with comms, but with, our research team, most of the interns on that team kind of get, are able to talk with the team leader and come up with some sort of a research topic, and then, kind of throughout your internship, work on that project, and then eventually get it published and onto our website as a blog post. So that's even something that you could link to your resume, just kind of, as some sort of, published work that is, available on our website for anybody to take a look at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we work pretty hard to try to make it beneficial to everyone as possible, both the interns, the other volunteers, SASA as a whole, and like other tips we have. We have a partnership gallery, a bunch of places that have to do with ancient studies that we think are amazing. One of them is World. On the publishing note, I do just want to shout out Wikipedia, who is one of our wonderful, amazing partners. Ton of open access. So if you're thinking about check out Wikipedia. So, question for a lot of do I have to be in a studies field in school or like have a degree in ancient studies to volunteer with SASA or like fit to the SASA community that we?
Definitely not. So I for one, as the recruitment coordinator, I am happy to meet with anybody regardless of their background. So don't think you have to be kind of in a history related field, ancient studies field. Obviously what our organization is geared towards. And so if you are, that's great. Definitely, the right organization to try to get involved with. My background is not ancient studies. I kind of started off with that. I'm biology and medical anthropology in my undergrad. In my master's, I'm public health. And so, I've, besides the medical anthropology, that's about as much, history related education that I have. Just history has always been a big interest of mine. And so that is perfectly fine too. Just anybody who's interested in getting involved, helping out, you have some skills that you can and time to be able to contribute to our organization and what we're trying to do. Definitely happy to meet with you, talk more about, if it would make sense for you to get involved, and what that might look like for you and what you're looking to try to contribute to what we're looking to do here, whether as an intern or a volunteer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just on that note too, there are a lot of positions and stuff that don't really have anything to do with agencies. Like,
for sure,
they're basically running their Excel spreadsheets and writing contract stuff, and like the fundraising and grant, those ones in particular, that if you want to get into the NGO world, is like a gold mine, and it doesn't matter if you're an ancient. You have to do
for sure
with ancient stuff, but that's a huge skill to how to write a grant. So you don't have to have an ancient studies background to want to learn or need to for your job to learn to do those kinds of things. There are a lot of people in SASA are just tangentially interested in ancient anime, so they were like, "Hey, this seems interesting," or something. To communicate, like really what we're actually doing is social media marketing, and of course posting about stuff. You don't need to know about history necessarily to be able to post about it, and that's something that you can learn about, how to properly search things through the information. But that's with anything you're putting on social media, whether it's that you're trying to make sure you're putting accurate things on social media. So necessarily my last question, we can keep if you have any. As I mentioned before, I would like to know, or like ask the question of what you would say to people who are potentially interested in volunteering, just haven't like reached out and applied to anything yet, like your people.
Yeah, I mean, I would say just send me an email. You can at recruitment@saveancientstudies.org. Very easy to kind of reach out to us. I am happy to meet with anybody, just talk about your interests. It doesn't have to be, you're looking to commit right now. I'm happy to talk things through, kind of figure out, gauge your interests. If you don't know if you have the time now, but maybe later on down the, road would like to get involved. I am more than happy to have any conversation, whatever that looks like. I am not scary at all. I enjoy to talk, so we will definitely have a great conversation, whatever that looks like. And we respond to everybody. So one thing is we try to get back to everybody within a 24-hour period of, maybe we're asleep, things like that. We have people applying from across the globe, all different time zones. So, have a little buffer period there. But, we try to be pretty quick with our responses. And so, all these emails, they come right to my phone. So I always see them. So, I am more than happy to talk with anybody. So definitely reach out. I promise we're not scary. We're not looking to kind of tie you down into anything that you maybe don't want to be a part of if you don't think it's the right fit for you at this point kind of in your life. But yeah, more than happy to talk, more than happy to kind of plan things out and see what maybe would work for you and your schedule.
Mm-hmm. Okay, actually going to be my last college credits. Like, can people get college credits for their internship with SASA work?
Yeah, no, good question. I wrote that down in my notes to actually bring up, but forgot. So we definitely have many of our interns, do an internship with us for college credit. It obviously depends on your university and what kind of they're looking for in their requirements. I know sometimes, we have people apply and they're looking for one particular thing or, kind of check mark that they have to do. And, maybe we just don't provide that. And so, we obviously have, not everybody, we don't fit with everybody's internship needs, but we have several interns currently who are doing this for credit. We have several more coming up for the spring, 2024 cycle that are doing it for credit. And so we will definitely do our absolute best to make sure that you can get credit if you're looking for credit. Whatever that looks like, I will sign whatever paperwork needs to be done or, have any conversations with teachers or supervisors, whatever that looks like for you. More than happy to kind of help handle some of that so that you can get involved and while also getting the credit that you need.
Yeah, definitely just being as a team. We are like more than happy to do that kind of stuff. Letter or whatever. Like I think
for sure
almost everyone that has been on my, I've written a recommendation letter for once their internship was over, and things like that can again your resume and job in the future. I will shout out UNLV because John Haberstroh UNLV. So Nevada, Las Vegas, our lovely acting leader works there, and he has a kind of more formalized internship program with them there. So if you happen to go there, do try to find us. I know it is recruiters there that they do like an intern. So you have some stuff that is set up to be more formalized for that. Go into any schools that you think would be interested, please do. We would love to be connected more directly with our colleges and universities. On that note, else you want to make sure to shout out or say or certain roles that we're looking for right now. A few that goes to the apply page that lists off everything. Spring internships are open on the page. That's pretty much like kind of general teams of SASA. About the individual SASA, you can look at our annual report, which is on the page, I think, and on a reports page or something, has a lot of information about the individual team SASA. Again, like Jacob said, if you that and put that cover letter of something that you're leaning more towards. But yes, so rolling basis, but we do have specifics during the year, and application internships are due at the end of December, a week and a half. Get those in, but still, like anytime we are, I mean, Jacob can speak to this better than me. There are constantly people finding out about SASA, and really interesting and really cool to email us and whatever. And we're always happy to hear from people.
Yeah, for sure. And definitely, that's what I was just about to mention, just kind of give some actual dates. But yeah, so our spring 2024 internship kind of application deadline is December 31st. I know that's coming up quick, but over the summer, we'll start kind of officially recruiting probably sometime in February for our summer 2024 internship cycle. And also happy, if you are interested in getting involved, but obviously, the spring might be too short notice to kind of get in an application and try to, if you've got classes, things going on, might be a lot on your plate, but you've got, some free time in summer. I'm happy to have a conversation early about that. So, go ahead and send an email into our recruitment drive. We'll, get right on that. We can set up an interview and go ahead and start, recruiting for that. There's, we have our official, opening and close dates for our internships, but happy to meet with people, kind of around the year, regardless of what that looks like. But I get, that's about all that I have. Definitely check out, if you're interested in internships, check out our internship brochure, our internship ad. Both of those are on our website, underneath the kind of the internship box like Lauren was talking about. And then beneath that are all of our, kind of as you scroll through that apply page, are all of our volunteer positions. If you're interested in any of those in particular, mention those in your cover letter when you kind of email in. And also, we are always looking for general volunteers. I don't know if this is necessarily listed on our website, but we are always looking for just, a outreach volunteer, communications volunteer, research volunteer, recruitment volunteer, any particular team. Some of those volunteer positions on our website are kind of a little bit more specific, but we are always looking for people who are just generally looking to get involved. It may not, have to have a specific skill or interests like, some of our volunteer positions, like I said, on our website are. So yeah, just always, reach out, let me know if you're interested in just a particular team or role, and, happy to meet with you, happy to, talk through that with you, kind of see, if we can get things rolling, potentially place you with that team and kind of get, have whatever works out for all of us.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Definitely. So yeah, there's kind of a list of some of the, just because I know that we're looking for live events, co-team lead, and a leader for CASO, another project, like video editors. We're always looking for video editors.
Yeah.
And those kind of things. So there is really a very wide, have graphic designers that volunteer. I had a graphic design intern that made the lovely SASA years ago, like that. So again, it really doesn't have to be related to ancient studies. We have so many going on. Like, so the video editors work a lot with the audio gaming education module thing for middle school to use video games to learn about ancient history. The video editor doesn't know anything about ancient history. The video that looks nice. So there really is like a wide range of things that you can do with SASA. So on that note, you are interested, scan the QR code that is next to me and Jacob. I think you'll also have the link in the chat after the game is over. Go to our apply page, check out our report to kind of, like you said, I think it's like 15 different teams now, which is crazy to me. That do a lot of really cool and great. Everyone that volunteers with SASA, I've had such a great working factor of SASA is an amazing thing, and that like explodes into more amazing things going on. So yeah, for joining us, everyone in the audience, Jacob, taking the time to explain how some recruitment processes work, and try to let everyone know they should not be scared to do some. Everyone has a wonderful holiday and rest of their week. Applications in by the end of December.
For sure.
From you soon. Okay, great. Thank you, everyone.